Mr. Mark Steed, welcome to the SMCP studio.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Kellett School, where you are principal, strongly believes in future-proofing students for the world of work. What are the traits of a future-ready student? Can you describe him or her?
Well, I think we've got to look at the future skills that they're going to have in the workplace. So I think they're sort of about collaboration and creativity and teamwork and problem solving and all of those sorts of things. And the most important thing is actually having that mindset of just being, that change is the only constant, really. So that's what a future-ready student is.
And why is it so important for Kellett School to ensure its students are ready for the future?
Well, I mean, schools are in the future business, aren't we? I mean, we are, sort of bringing on the next generation. And if we sort of spend our whole time sort of living in the past and looking at how we ourselves were educated and saying that's how it's got to be, then we're not doing a service to the young people in our schools. So we do really need to sort of look to the future. We need to, as educators, we need to keep up with what's going on in society and the changes within society. And clearly there are lots of changes. I mean, the world of work's going to be transformed over the next 20, 30 years, and preparing young people for that workplace is a real challenge at the moment.
How should this industry skills and knowledge be taught to students then? What are Kellett's strategies, and at which age do you start doing so?
Well, I think we do it sort of all the way through. It's part of the whole of the education. But I think most importantly that we actually have to prepare young people for the sort of the mental challenges, the stresses and strains of being in the workplace. So we have a curriculum at Kellett which we call Positively Kellett, and it's a bespoke curriculum, and we teach the young people have structured lessons all the way through the school, all the way from reception when they join the school age 4 all the way through to 18. And that program is structured in order to give them the skills and to give them the experiences which will enable them to be resilient and cope with anything that life throws at them. And
your school also have a MiniMBA program that is upcoming. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we're launching a sixth form MBA program for our students. Everybody in the lower sixth in year 12 will be studying for it. It's got a whole range of components. The first and probably the most important one is around personal impact and presence, where we look at the ways in which, in different contexts, young people present themselves to the outside world. We also then teach them around business profiling. We do a whole unit on how accounts and finance work within business, a unit on marketing, and a unit on business strategy. So the aim is that for the end of the year, the young people have got a really good idea of how businesses work and can actually go in and understand how an organisation or a firm makes a profit and how it markets itself and be able to make a judgment on its sort of success in terms of being able to understand a set of accounts.
Has there been any pushback from parents who would prefer their children not worry about the future too soon? And if so, what do you say to them?
So I think one of the things that we do as a school is to work with parents in terms of sort of showing them how to parent in the 21st century. It's very different to how we were brought up ourselves, and the challenges that teenagers face today particularly are very, very different to the ones we faced when we were that age. So the school has an important role to play in doing that, and we're very proud about doing that at Kellett.
I think that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon.
It's been a great pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.